Yandere Dev. Oh man, where do I begin with this? There's so many issues when it comes to Yandere Dev. Many of you wanted me to talk about Yandere Dev and Yandere Simulator, so I decided all day Friday to go down the rabbit hole, which kept sending me multiple places when it comes to this entire story, because there's a lot that has really gone on with Yandere Dev. And you want to talk about many issues? Whew, yeah, there are a ton here to talk about. So, let's get started. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, Yandere Dev, this is a long story. I'm sure many people watching this know all about it. If you don't, oh, there's a lot here. Obviously, with Yandere Simulator, a game that he's been working on for 6 whole years, and still, it's in the dinosaur age of alpha. I mean, like, this game is like pre-alpha. Oh, there's so much to go on here, and yet the game's not even anywhere close to being finished after 6 whole long years. And, considering that Yandere Dev sounds like a really fun concept for a game, man, I don't want to wait till I'm like 90 years old to get this game. Oh, man, it's just insanity. And there's just a lot that's gone on, and we're going to get into the insane bits of Yandere Dev himself, because he's gone pretty insane lately. Well, a little more than you could usually say. Because if you look at his site, right, I'm not even kidding here. On his site, to defend himself, he has an entire debunking page where people have stated that he's a bad programmer, or that he's bad at coding, or that he can't take criticism, or, so many different things. I mean, there's a ton here. And I am not even kidding you when I say that you could make an entire library out of everything he's made to try to debunk himself. It is just ludicrous. This is some of the most insane things I've ever seen. And also, for example, like the whole Yandere Dev is a bad programmer. Well, yeah, okay, he states, in short, no, I am not. And then how this is supposed to be in short, right? Yeah, you could make a damn novel out of this. Like, oh man, it's absolutely insane. I mean, it's paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. Like, when you read the stuff when it comes to debunking, that he's put in here, it would take you forever. I mean, it would take you hours upon hours. I mean, he's talked about how, when it comes to his programming, talks about how the reason why he's not done with his coding is, for one, he made an excuse about how he had, like, emails that were, like, that he was reading that were, like, 8 to 12 hours out of his day. It took 8 to 12 hours out of his day. I kind of find that hard to believe because, I mean, maybe he did. I can't say that he didn't. Maybe he did. I don't know. But, I mean, 8 to 12 hours of reading emails in an entire day. That's just crazy. Like, doesn't even take me that long to read my own emails. Like, doesn't even take me an hour, let alone, like, half an hour maybe, to read mine. Just crazy. And, when you look through everything, another one. This is the biggest point to Yandere Dev. This is one of his biggest problems, is that he cannot take criticism. And how he notes, he states, in short, no, I have a long history of responding well to criticism. I don't know about that. I mean, he goes around and he bans people from his Discord server all the time. I'm not even kidding. His Discord server, I mean, like, if you even say one thing wrong, you're going to be just like Thanos snapped out of there faster than anything. It's ridiculous. I mean, there's even a speed run. I'm not even kidding you. There is a speed run to see who can get banned the fastest from his own server. That's how bad it is when it comes to him banning people and how quickly he does it. I'm not even kidding. People speed run it. I mean, it's ridiculous. So Yandere Dev has some interesting rules here, but here's the thing. He goes, if you are obviously only in the server to talk trash and start drama, you will be banned. Well, there's a lot of things which we're going to get into that he considers that would be trash talk. Type every message as if Yandere Dev himself was standing over your shoulder watching you type it, because he is. Okay, no, that's not weird at all. No, not at all. So, you can even look through, you can find the Discord messages even, easily. I was able to find some of his Discord messages. I mean, you can even look on Google and find them. And this is what somebody said. Are you considering doing something to Musume's hair to make her fit in more with her group? Other girls in her group have colorful hair. And this is how he responds. because he can't take criticism, he states, "It's my lowest possible priority right now. Who the F cares and why the F do people always bug me about this effing S? Just F off already are the only thoughts that come to mind." And then the person just responds with, "Oh, sorry to bother you." I mean, if you bring up any variation of criticism to Yandere Dev about the coding, asking him, how's the coding coming? Or if you were to ask him things about characters' hair, he just flips it. He just loses his mind. It is insane. The guy cannot take any form of criticism whatsoever, and he'll ban people. I mean, he'll straight up ban people from his server over people asking questions. I am not even kidding. His argument is everybody's a troll, and I'm gonna ban trolls. That's his argument. That's literally what his argument usually is. And then, of course, what does he do? He bans them. It's insane. And this is exactly why people have just basically made this speedrun contest also, when it comes to his server and how long it's going to take to get banned. I mean, the insanity of this, I've never seen anybody be more of a killjoy. And I mean, to me, for someone who has been making Yandere Dev for 6 years, the game's not even finished yet, not even close to being finished, I don't think he's really been working on it. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think he has. I really don't. I don't really see the evidence of him really working on it, because the game doesn't seem like it's had any improvements. So, here's another conversation. I don't know. I was chatting with everyone just fine, and then I went AFK from the chat for 20 minutes, and when I got back, I was banned. Yandere Dev responds, "I think I have an idea as to why you were banned, and I don't think you should be unbanned if I'm right. Let me give you a hypothetical situation. Let's say, for example, I observe that very single person who hates Yandere Simulator puts a rabbit icon at the end of their username. It's their way of signaling to each other, so everyone with a rabbit icon gets banned." What? What? That doesn't even make any sense. Then someone messages me and says, "Hey, why was I banned?" And I explain the rabbit icon thing. He just makes up a reason. Just makes up a reason to ban people. Then he will tell his friends, "Shit, guys, he figured out our secret." And all the Yandere Sim haters will change to a different method of identifying and signaling one another. In this case, it would be very unwise of me to give an answer to reveal how I know the haters are signaling one another. See, this is what always is with him. He, for some reason, has to say that everybody's out to get him. It's like he has this theory that everyone is out to get him for whatever reason. It's very bizarre. And, like I said, the other thing is that when he bans people, it will take a matter of seconds. I mean, people can come in and they can put memes of him with the cum chalice, as everybody knows, that meme. And guess what? Within a matter of moments, they're gone. Like, it's not even 5 minutes and they're usually gone. Like, it's insane. I mean, it's like he's watching every single last move. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's like he said, make sure that whenever you're, typing something that it's like he's watching you. He's watching you over your shoulder. It's really weird. And then, of course, when it comes to his channel, typically his channel just has stuff to really kind of, update what's going on. And, but it doesn't really seem like there's anything changing for the game itself. And then when it comes to criticism, because he can't take criticism, he goes to say that somewhere along the lines of, I can't remember the exact statement, but it was that his critics were like monsters, like demons or whatever. I mean, the guy can't take criticism. I mean, and that's a real big problem here. And it gets worse, because if you thought it was already bad enough with Yandere Dev and the issues that have been going on with him and the game taking so long, well, here's this. Yandere Dev has been pulling this shit for too long. He threatened to harm himself, aka manipulation tactic, to the lovesick dev, Drapeze, if he didn't cancel his game. Turns out he did a similar tactic to the Watashi no Mano dev, Epic Meal dev. So apparently he's been doing these tactics to try to cancel people that have games like his, because the lovesick dev is basically Yandere Dev, but actually finished, and he didn't like that too much. So Yandere Dev, he went and stated this: "The actual drama started a while ago, but I don't feel like talking about it. If you are aware that your project is having so many destructive consequences on another person's life, how can you possibly continue? Don't you see how harmful and damaging this is for me? If the cost of Yandere Simulator was ending a person, I'd cancel development. Now, here's the thing, this is where Yandere Dev gets very, very bizarre. And his statements are not good at all here. This is not good. Nobody should ever think like this. You shouldn't think of ever wanting harm or anything bad to yourself, or anyone for that matter. You shouldn't ever want to do that. And, it's something I don't condone. But he starts to go on these weird things, because he actually sends messages to Watashi no Mano. And this is the messages that were sent. So in short, you're asking me to go up to my entire community and say, hey guys, my game was fake the entire time. My Cotton's bad, and I'm starting from scratch because the game is trash in general. Sorry, you have to leave the fan base now. And then Yandere Dev just thinks about it. It's like, yes, because that's my understanding of the situation, and it would be nothing short of honestly and transparently to admit this to your audience. What? This doesn't make any sense that you would want to go and sabotage something that somebody's been working on so hard. Could you imagine if somebody was trying to go up to Yandere Dev and be like, hey, cancel your game. Cancel Yandere Simulator. Could you imagine that? Criticism is something that's good, and Yandere Dev already couldn't handle that. Now he can't even handle competition. That's a problem. It's definitely not good. And it doesn't get any better because it continues to tell him to just stop. Stop with your game and just clean your audience. Like, Yandere Dev has just lost it. I mean, to go this far to say, hey, just wipe your audience clean. I mean, Yandere Dev, you have had 6 years to create a game that people have wanted that is still in pre-alpha. Like pre-alpha even. I mean, it's nuts. It's ridiculous. Yandere Dev even continues stating, the irony isn't lost on me. It's possible that I have an entirely incorrect understanding of the situation. Maybe the volunteers and ex-volunteers I spoke to were exaggerating or mistaken. I've been told that X is 2, which is why I've drawn the conclusion that X plus X is 4. Maybe I've been misinformed about X. What I do know is that when people attack me, mistreat me, abuse me, and harass me, their justification is Watashi no Mano. You're working on a project that negatively impacts my well-being. How? How does Watashi no Mano negatively impact you? I mean, how? See, that doesn't make any sense. It makes literally no sense that it impacts him. And I don't think he knows what harassment is, considering that the way he treats his fans, I mean, his fans just ask him questions, and then he just thinks that they're trolls. He goes after them and he attacks them. It's not a way you treat your fans ever, under any condition. Never at all. I mean, that's just not how you do that. That's not right. So, I don't think he knows what harassment is. And when I ask you, can you please tell the people in your YouTube comment section to not be shitty towards me, you won't even agree to do something that's simple. Yandere Dev. Oh, man. I mean, this guy. Here's the thing. You've had 6 years, Yandere Dev. You've had 6 years to make a game. You haven't got it finished like you promised your fans. And then, of course, now you're going after people who are creating their own games, which they have every right to do, and you're upset with them, and you're trying to get them to just stop because you're saying that it would damage you, which that's not true. I mean, that's... it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Yandere Dev continues, and this is what he states. The Aoi model comes with 80 animations, but Yandere Simulator has about 400 animations. You can obviously use any animation that you purchase from the Unity Assets store, but I can't give you authorization to use any of the animations that were created specifically for Yandere Sim. And the person responds with, I know. We have animators creating original animations for us. A lot of people came out, surprisingly, and wanted to help. It's very generous. Yandere Dev, this is how he responds to that. Those are all people who probably would have offered to help me if my reputation hadn't been tarnished by clickbait YouTubers spreading false narratives and untrue accusations about me, The help you're getting is what was taken away from me. And he makes it all about him. But here's the big thing. The way that Yandere Dev treats his fans, people knew this. YouTubers weren't going around spreading false narratives when it's all out there. It's all true. I mean, you look at those DMs and everything in the Discord, that tells you enough as it is. And 6 years to try to work on a game that doesn't even look like it's even been worked on since forever. I mean, I don't really think that's any evidence of him actually trying to improve the game. Because it doesn't look any different. I mean, it just doesn't look any different as a game. And he's had 6 years, 6 long years, to get the game done, to get it out there, and instead, that's not what he's done. And, one thing I'll say, Yandere Dev, listen to criticism and stop drinking from the cum chalice. I mean, there's so much that, could have been done by now. I mean, who knows? He could have already gotten the game out and already been working on a second one. I mean, the thing of it is that when it comes to Yandere Dev, he can't take criticism, which criticism is something that really helps people improve. If you reject criticism, don't expect to advance and improve. I mean, then that's what he's done. Not only that, but he's treated his fans just so badly. Now he's out to cancel people that have projects that are like Yandere Simulator, like Lovesick. I mean, it's ridiculous. This case with Yandere Dev, I think basically what's happened was his game became so popular he just couldn't handle it. And I think that, that could have been a big case of it. Now, I don't know that, but that's just my speculation. But, he probably just took on a project that, became so popular so fast, he just didn't know how to handle it. And then, of course, it's 6 years later, game's not even out yet. You probably got to wait another 200 years before that's even done. But I mean, seriously, 6 years. It's been 6 years he's promised this game, and it's not even finished. I mean, it's just ridiculous, and Yandere Dev has just completely lost it. I mean, he's just gone absolutely insane over this stuff. But anyways, I'll be back again on Tuesday. Let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here, and make sure you were still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels, so make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when new videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.